Project Q is basically a handheld console that makes players stationary, just like the Wii U. Have fun playing Last of Us late at night in bed on an 8-inch display 15 feet away from your actual PS5. What's up everybody, welcome back to The Bread Show. Thank you for clicking on this video and hitting that like button, that subscribe button. It really helped the channel out a lot. And let's get straight to it. Hope you enjoy. There was a lot going on at the PlayStation Showcase yesterday. We got a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake and collection announcement. We got a lack of announcements for anything for Wolverine. And we also got a super huge gameplay trailer for Spider-Man 2 that had Venom, Blizzard, and Kraven the Hunter in there. Possible Sinister 6 v2? I don't know, we'll see. Oh yeah, and a Gran Turismo movie. But something else stuck out to me, as with a lot of other people. The president of Sony came on screen mid-showcase to show us something that's kind of had images surfing around the dark webs for a little bit. Project Q. Now, it won't actually be called Project Q, but companies come out with names like this, like a Project Diamond from Samsung, just to make a bigger revelation at some later date. 4 years after discontinuing the PlayStation Vita, PlayStation is coming out with a new handheld device. The catch? Something that you should know before looking forward to buying this device, something you should know way beforehand, is the fact that this device streams PlayStation games. It streams PS5 games that you own on a PS5 that you also own. Somewhere out there in the world, Nintendo execs are busting out laughing, falling on their ass, falling out of their chairs, because they tried the video game streaming thing like almost 11 years ago with the Wii U, the notorious, the infamous, the Wii U. What we know about Project Q is that we should expect it soon, like this year type of soon. It's basically a tablet. It's a full HD 8-inch tablet with DualSense controller parts on the edges. The Switch and the Steam Deck both have 7-inch screens, which would make them smaller than Project Q because Project Q has an 8-inch screen. The thing about the Switch though is that it has an OLED version, while Project Q is only announced so far to have an HD 1080p screen. And hopefully there will be a nice compact charging dock or station or whatever that comes with this new Project Q device, because PlayStation is taking up a whole lot of real estate on my TV stand right now. They got, you know, 2 controllers, the huge PS5, the over-the-head earphones. Now we're getting earbuds and this. Obviously, there will be a more grandiose device launch announcement that will come out later on this year. So this undercard title fight that we got won't be it. Remote play will be used over Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. Are you guys not getting those horror flashbacks in your brain? Because don't expect to take this in the car or take this anywhere outside of your home. But you may say that, you know, consumers are going to expect that because that was announced in the announcement. But you could say the same for the Wii U, that consumers were expected to expect that before the Wii U even came out. We say that, but it was still a little bit of a disappointment when you bought the Wii U and it still needed Wi-Fi and needed for the Wii to be on. Plus, it had trash range on it. And that disappointment was on day 1 of unboxing. Now, hold on to your seats for a little bit and think with me real quick. What if this thing ends up being $300 on launch day? Also, you can take your PlayStation from your living room to your bedroom. Clap it up. Yippee. So excited. Trying to get myself to think positively about this device is that it will produce at 60 frames per second, as you know the screen will allow for, and there will also be haptic feedback on the controllers. But don't get it twisted, the benefits of the Wii U are pretty much the same benefits as this Project Q thing, and hopefully it's priced in between, you know, $100 to $200. I'll lay off of it if it's between $100 and $200, but if this thing comes out at $300, I'm gonna light this hoe up. The Wii U released in November of 2012 with 8 gigabytes of free memory at $300. And 11 years later, history is doomed to repeat itself. The same console that had people doubting whether consoles were Nintendo's thing or not, Sony looked at that and said, you know what? We could do better. We could make that better. By the way, not to rag on the Nintendo Switch any more than I have already, but it's a shame that the Wii U came out in 2012 at 8 gigabytes and 5 years later in 2017, and then again for the OLED remake, the minimum gigabyte requirement on the Switch was 32 gigabytes, only 24 more. But anyways, PlayStation saw Xbox struggling and thought to themselves, Well, we could just try shit now. I mean, how bad can we really mess up? And then proceeded to take the most ugly duckling feature of gaming today, which is remote play over Wi-Fi, and try to make a profitable product out of it. I really hope that this thing is under $200, but another potential saving grace for Project Q is the fact that it's not PlayStation's main console. But the same thing could have been said for the Wii U, considering that you needed the Wii really for this thing to work. Trying to think more positively about it, because I see myself as a positive person. Trying to think more positively about it is that PlayStation is bringing something unique to the market today. Microsoft doesn't have this, at least not first party. They rely on third party like Steam or Asus products. This could potentially even up the scales of PlayStation not having cloud gaming to Xbox having cloud gaming, but it would surely tip the scales if this device didn't require the PlayStation to shoot responses from the PlayStation to the cloud, from the cloud to the system, and obviously then to the player, and back and forth like that, causing obvious latency issues. It's certain times like these where I do really wish that Google Stadia was performing better or performed better, and on the flip side of that was received better. Successful cloud gaming technology like that could have changed the mobile and handheld market forever, maybe making those two things more one thing. It could have even saved the Switch, and by another means, saving the Microsoft Activision deal. You know, because the reason why it was blocked that first time is because they said that the Switch couldn't run Call of Duty, but with cloud gaming, potentially it could. Stuff like that. At the end of the day, it would have just evened out the market, taking power from the old school powerhouses like Nintendo, Xbox, and Sony. But, you know, anyways, again, another tangent, I know. This product basically confirms the kill on any PlayStation Vita or PSP hopefuls. You won't get anything like that. They rather make an accessory for the PlayStation 5 that is handheld. And it won't be anything like an accessory to PSVR 2 owners because it's not a PSVR 2 accessory at all. This product also confirms that PlayStation fans and consumers and all that other stuff, they're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for cloud services, for cloud gaming to be available on PlayStations that Xbox has already with the Series S and X. And you know, the box heads are already rushing to every comment section, every Twitter thread to remind everybody of that. Project Q is Sony dipping their little toes into the handheld gaming market yet again, a market that's getting a lot more competition, a lot less random competition amid all of the Nintendo Switch technological complaints. It seems that technology companies are seeing that making a successful console was a larger than life task, especially without trusted first party developers and exclusives to come out consistently throughout the year. And now they're just defaulting to the handheld gaming space, which is probably making Nintendo hot as hell right now. Project Q is basically a handheld console that makes players stationary, just like the Wii U. Have fun playing Last of Us late at night in bed on an 8-inch display 15 feet away from your actual PS5. But the handheld gaming market, not to be confused with the mobile gaming market, is extremely hard to get into. The PS Vita was more powerful than the 3DS, you know, newsflash, but it still lost to Nintendo's large list of first-party titles. And to this day, PS Vita still has a cult following to this day. Companies like Asus and Steam have been open to trying to dip their little toes into this market, a market that's previously dominated by Nintendo for like the last 15 to 20 years. And it's gonna be a big risk for Project Q to just, you know, insert itself in there. I think the best outcome for this product is that it just skates by as like an accessory, not as a sole console, and you get it if you need it. You know, if you have kids, they use a TV, you just want to play PlayStation on a smaller TV, you know, that's why you get it. And hopefully the price keeps that part in mind. I was hype as hell for the the 2019 to 2020 phase of announcing and eventually releasing the PlayStation 5. And I bought every accessory that you could get with it. And they all worked pretty well except for the remote. And I think I did miss out on the headset. I didn't get the headset. And after watching the showcase yesterday, I was more excited for the earbuds than I was for Project Q, considering that Sony makes its home in living off of audio technology. And since gaming is, becoming more popular, not everybody wants to wear the classic gamer over-the-ear headphones. They'd rather just, pop in some earbuds, but not have to pop in the wired earbuds that are like the Apple ones, and it kind of just look weird. But yeah, I think that's the bigger news. And that's something that really stuck out to me about the PlayStation Showcase. To be honest with you, I'm excited for the further announcements, and I'm excited to make because Sony has to see all of this talk. They have to see everybody what they're saying about it, and they have to announce why this is different than the Wii U without saying, hey, this is different than the Wii U. If I don't know what features it could have that would make this a strong purchase. And considering the fact that the screen is not OLED, it seems like the pricing for this shouldn't be too high. It shouldn't be an arm and a leg to go purchase this item. After using the Switch, I've always had that thought process of why I wish my consoles had a switching capability, but for longer than just 15 feet away or however many feet away from the console that you can take this thing. But we'll see how it does, and we'll also see the responses and everybody's opinions, because nobody will spare that when this thing is getting announced or when it's being released. Thank you for staying this long. Thank you for watching this long. If you're still watching, if you watch this long, you will probably like my other content. Why don't you go check that out? Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel a lot. It really helps the channel out a lot. And welcome to the Bread Show. But you're leaving the Bread Show. You don't have to leave the Bread Show, because there's a whole lot more Bread Show where this is coming from. And spread love, give inspiration in all you do, and peace out.
Welcome to the Bread Show. Take 2.
And to this day, PS Vita still has a cult following to this day.